Hey there, welcome back to Special Educators Resource Room. I'm Jennifer from Positively Learning. Today we are revisiting a topic. I guess you know when you've had a podcast long enough that you have to go back and do an update. Today we are going to be talking about AI. A couple years ago, I recorded an episode all about AI tools entering education. At the time, it felt like a buzzword. It was everywhere, but most of us didn't have the time to figure out if AI was helpful, harmful, or just plain confusing. Fast forward to today, and AI is built into everything. The apps you use, your email, your browser, even a spreadsheet tool might be helpfully offering you a summary now. If you had 20 special educators in a classroom sharing how they used AI with each other, I bet you'd have 20 different ways. And you might be thinking, which one of these is actually worth my time? That's what this episode is about. Let's start with a quick reality check. If you're not really using AI, that does not mean you're behind. Not using it yet doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong, because AI is just a tool. That's it. It's not a solution to burnout. It's not going to make you love writing progress reports. And it's definitely not going to help you suddenly understand your students better than you already do. But it might help you save 15, 20 minutes here and there. And that's what today's episode is all about. How to use AI as a support tool, not another thing to manage. And very important to note is this is not a tech podcast. You don't need to download anything new, pay for any apps. I'm just going to share some real ways that you could use AI to help work smarter and protect your energy, because that is the entire point. So here's a few things that you might want to try with AI. Number 1, drafting communication that you don't want to write. Let's say you need to send a note home about behavior or a follow-up after a PLC meeting, and your brain is just over it. You can use AI like ChatGPT and say, write a professional but empathetic note to a caregiver explaining a change in a student's schedule due to behavior support needs. What you get back isn't going to be perfect, but it's something that you could react to. You can edit it, personalize it, and send it off without staring at the blank screen for 40 more minutes. So number 1 is using AI to draft communication that you are dreading. Number 2, use AI to brainstorm strategy lists. Have you ever sat in a meeting where someone asks, what are some evidence-based strategies for attention challenges? And your brain just goes to crickets. You could try using AI to ask for a list of strategies for supporting attention or executive functioning, or just to jog your memory. Again, it's not giving you these perfect answers, but it's saving you from reinventing the wheel every time. You're not replacing your expertise, you're supporting it. So number 2 was brainstorming strategy lists. Number 3, outlining ideas that you already have, but you're struggling to organize. You know that feeling when you have so many ideas for a lesson, for a unit, but they're just floating around in your brain? You could use AI to help create an outline. For example, you could say, outline a 2-week unit for teaching life skills to students with significant needs using visual supports and routines. So you're still in charge, you're still making the calls, but it's a jumping off point. You're using AI to organize your ideas. Now here's where I flip the script, and I want to share what I don't recommend using AI for, because we want to keep this real. AI doesn't know your caseload. It doesn't understand your school culture. And it won't actually align with your student goals unless you are guiding it with a lot of context. It's also not a place to paste sensitive data. Please don't upload your IEPs or anything identifying. You want to use very vague descriptions. So you want to think student with a math fluency goal and not Jennifer in room 100. And honestly, you still need to trust your gut. If it spits out something that just doesn't sit right, it's wrong. And you are not wrong for questioning it. Let's zoom out for a second. The real reason I wanted to revisit this topic on this podcast isn't because AI is trending again, or I have some kind of stake in AI and I'm pushing it. No, it's because I believe your time and energy are worth protecting. Whether you're using AI to help create data collection tools or prep a lesson or just try leave work at work one night a week, if there's a tool out there that's going to help you get to the good part faster, I feel it's worth sharing about. You could use AI to outline your ideas, rewrite long text into clearer drafts, or just help brainstorm supportive messaging, especially when your brain is feeling too tired to sound like your best self. It's not doing the work for you, but it's taking the edge off how hard the work feels sometimes. And that's the support I want everyone to have. At this point, if you're still listening, thank you. Most of us are not going to be asking, should I use AI? We're asking, how do I use it without letting it overtake everything else? Because when every tool claims to save time, it's easy to end up with 5 helpers and you still feel overloaded. So here's what I've been leaning on lately and what I recommend if you're already using AI and you want to sharpen how it fits into your workflow. Number 1, you want to use AI to shorten your thinking about it phase, because not everything needs to be this long brainstorm. Sometimes it just needs to get out of your head and onto the page. You also want to treat AI output as a draft and not a destination. You are the expert. If the response doesn't sound like you, trust that feeling and edit with confidence. Number 3, build repeatable prompts. Do you have something that you use again and again, like email sign-offs or quick notes about behavior? Save your best prompts. You don't have to reinvent them every time. And number 4, notice where AI is adding friction instead of removing it. If you end up spending more time tweaking than you're saving, pause. The goal is not to use AI more. It's to use it strategically. Because this isn't about chasing the next tool or automating everything about our job. It's about protecting your time and making space for the work that only you can do. Of course, a few boundaries. We definitely don't want to use any prompts that have identifying information. We want to keep it vague enough. If you wouldn't paste it in public or post it in the staff lounge, it should not be entered into AI. And again, trust your edits. If it doesn't sound like you, change it. If AI is saving you even 10 minutes, I feel like it's worth it. You're not trying to become an AI expert. You're just trying to survive February. And speaking of support, if you're nodding along thinking, I just want to be around other people who get it, something exciting is coming. This spring, we're launching a community space for TaskBox Club members. It's not a Facebook group. It's not a place to post a question and hope for the best. It's a real hub where you can connect with other educators who speak TaskBox and independent work. You can ask questions, get quick help, and know that you are not alone. It's built on the same foundation as everything I share here on this podcast. No fluff, no judgment, just support that makes sense. So stay tuned for that. It is going to be good. In closing, at the end of the day, AI is just another tool. It can be helpful in the right moment, irrelevant in others. And some of us have complicated feelings about everything it takes to keep AI tech running. And that is real. And just like everything else in education, we're constantly weighing in what's worth it and what's just noise. So if you're already using AI, amazing. Refine your prompts, save what works, keep it simple. And if you're feeling uneasy about it, that doesn't make you anti-progress. It makes you intentional. And that's exactly who I would trust with big decisions in special education. Here's what I always come back to. You are the system that matters. The routine you've built, the relationships you protect, and the energy you save by not overcomplicating everything. So whether you're using AI daily, rarely, or never, it's not about being trendy or tech savvy. It's about building a system that supports you so you can keep showing up for your students and still have something left at the end of the day. I am always here cheering you on. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time in the Special Educators Resource Room. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'm dying to ask, what'd you think? Be sure to hit the follow or subscribe buttons so that you never miss an episode. You can find the show notes and links for everything mentioned in this episode at positivelylearningblog.com. See you next week for more special education solutions.